Alright, today's video, a guide on what to do if your catalytic converter is stolen. And this is really crucial in California. First of all, if you have become complacent like me, I never thought this would happen to me because I always felt like I lived in a good neighborhood, but it happened anyway. So if you haven't dealt with it yet, secure your catalytic converter no matter how nice your neighborhood is. So mine is wrapped in cable and clamps, so it's harder to cut out. I'll put an end card later on how I did it. Second, your insurance. Your insurance probably covers it with a deductible. The reason I didn't try to go through my insurance is my deductible is $1,000. I have 4 cars, so to keep my insurance prices down, I have $1,000 deductible, and I thought I could replace my catalytic converter for less than $1,000. The first mistake I made is thinking I could get a non-California compliant catalytic converter. I bought one for $400. It cost me $120 to get it welded in, so that's $520, and then the smog check was $100, so that's $620, a lot less than my $1,000 deductible. The reason I try to get a non-compliant converter is because my friend told me the smog place he goes to, they just check real quick. They take a quick peek and that's it. They just want to see if you have a catalytic converter. I thought they were going to do that with me. No, I took a risk. They crawled under my van with a flashlight and did not see California compliant numbers. The reason why I went with a non-California compliant converter is, like I said, I didn't think they would check under, and it was only $400. So here's what happened. Where is it at? Okay, here's my fail. So it says modified, non-carb compliant. When you look at my numbers, they're really good. So, you know, this is a frustrating part. My van runs really clean. It's as clean as an economy car, but just because I don't have that magic stamp, they failed me. So the thing, when I failed, they gave me this sheet on what catalytic converters I'm allowed to buy. And this is the key right here. If your catalytic converter gets stolen and your insurance doesn't cover it, ask for a sheet. Go to a smog place, especially if you're in California, ask for this paper. So they looked up which converters are acceptable for my van. And this is the one I bought right here. It's a Eastern manufacturing. This one right here. 865012, and then this number is stamped on it. So what I did was I took a picture. I kept my receipt, so if this number fails, I have picture proof. I have the receipt. Or it fails, fades. So I bought this catalytic converter right here, and it cost me, it wasn't too bad. It was like $512 with taxes and shipping. It was just under $600. So just under $600. I went to a different welder, so he charged me $150. So let's just round it up to 600. 600 plus 150, that's $750. $70 to smog it, so under $800. So I wish I knew about this, and this is why I'm making this video, so you guys could do this right away. If I had done this right away, I would be at just under $800 to get a new catalytic converter, everything done. I'm registered again. My van has been on the sidelines since February, but now it's done. I could have got away with it for just under $800. I thought I could get away with it for $600. So $800 plus $600, I'm $1,200. You know, this was a $1,200 expense for me. If I had just done my deductible, I would be at $1,000. If I had just known about this, I would be at just under $800. So this is a key right here. If your catalytic converter gets stolen and your insurance deductible doesn't cover it, and you're in California, get the sheet. They will tell you which catalytic converters are acceptable. So here's a tip. Oh, here's my new numbers right here. Everything's good. See, it says modified. Well, technically, isn't my catalytic converter still modified, since I had to go aftermarket, so it doesn't make sense at all. But feel free to pause this if you want. Look at the numbers. It ran virtually the same with the catalytic converter that's California compliant. So it didn't make it run any cleaner. It's just, you know, it's for money. Honestly, California makes manufacturers pay them, so they could have put a California stamp so their converter is compliant for California. So there it is right there. And here's another tip. This is for you Prius drivers. Priuses are the most targeted cars for catalytic converter theft because they have the most precious metals inside of their catalytic converters. So when this happened to me, I was doing a lot of research. Unfortunately, I didn't do this research, the important one, and I took a risk, bought a non-California compliant one. But when this happened to me, I did stumble across a lot of videos on Prius thefts, catalytic converter thefts, and people are getting charged $4,000 for a new Prius catalytic converter. A lot of people are having to salvage their cars, and there's actually companies that offer to buy your Prius. If the catalytic converter was cut out, they'll just buy your Prius if you can't afford the $4,000 to fix it. Here's the thing, this is the main thing, this is not even for my van, this is for everybody. So when I got my catalytic converter, it was a universal fit, so that's why it was around $520. Now when you look at a Prius direct fit catalytic converter, it is about $3 grand. So a lot of people are just going to a smog shop to get theirs fixed. I'm sure the smog place that is able to fix vehicles, or any muffler shop who's able to fix like Priuses, they just go the most expensive route possible. But the thing with the Prius is you could get away with it for about $2,000 if it unfortunately happens to you. So there's different Prius parts. So there's a front and back catalytic converter. If you buy them individually, it'll come out to about $2,000. You just have to find someone who could weld it in. So that's the key. So that's why my catalytic converter ended up costing me just under $800 altogether to get my van up and running, because it was a universal piece. If you go direct fit for my van's about $1,200. That's the cheapest I've seen. So Priuses, you could go from $3 to $4 grand to just that $2 grand. So there you go. I hope this video helps you guys out. $1,200, I could have done this for $700, but I made a few mistakes. I hope you guys learn from my mistakes and you get away with it a lot cheaper than I did. You get away with this for as cheap as possible, man, because yeah, this sidelined my van since February. I'm happy to have it back registered again, ready to road trip again. Hey, we're all hardworking people here, right? We're just trying to enjoy our lives. I just want to get back to road tripping, and I want to share this knowledge with you guys, because especially Prius drivers, man, I don't want to see you guys spending $4 grand. Like, you know, you got a living to make, and $4 grand might stop you guys from. $4 grand will set a lot of people back so badly. So I don't want to see that happen to you guys. You know, I'm just a blue collar guy, man. That's why my van's been out of commission since February. I had to get the funds, and then I made my mistakes. So there you guys go. I hope this brings a little positive news in your life. If you're quoted $4 grand, the main thing though is protect your catalytic converter. Don't get complacent like me. All right, everyone. You have a great rest of your week and good luck. I hope you guys spend as minimum as possible to get your car back on the road.